Hey guys, welcome back to your review channel. Today we're talking about replacing a whale well cover. So if you have a cover in a lower basement section like here and you want to cover your windows, sometimes rain gets in, moisture, dirt, things like that. You want to put a cover on it. Unfortunately, I put one on here last year and I'm not sure what happened. Either the landscape is broken or it's really cheap. I did buy an inexpensive one. I bought a better quality one this time. So we're going to replace it. We're going to take this all off, take off the old caulking and replace this new one with the new one. What you need for tools is basically some new caulk. I got some clear. I've got a good scraper, a bigger scraper, and a little brush just to clean out all the debris inside the whale well. So I want to keep this all clean, get the critters out of there, anything inside. And we're just going to take this old one out, going to put a new one in, and it's pretty simple. Just going to basically glue it right to the brick, facade of the brick itself. You can do this any way you feel comfortable. We're going to rip this whole thing out and we're going to put a new one in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Let's get to the video. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is just get the old one off. Put a couple of drop cloths down so you can just put your knee on here. You don't have to worry about getting too wet and dirty. And we're just going to pull the old one off. Probably break off. You can see here it's just falling apart. So probably just bad quality. You can see it's just actually just falling right apart in my hands here. So you can see, I think this poor quality one was probably the issue. With the heat and the sun, it just basically just cracked right in my hand. So probably this is very poor quality, and you can just see it's just so brittle. So the new one I got was much thicker gauge plastic. This is real garbage. And so I'm just gonna get this back, all the stuff off here in the back. So it's really important to get off all the old plastic. You don't have to get all the old caulk off, but get all the old plastic because you want the new plastic to sit flush on the facade of the brick, and just get off all the old plastic. It's going to be tough to do, so just take your time and just break it all off with some tools. That's why I brought the big gun out with a big ball peen hammer, and you'll see that in 1 second. Okay, so I brought out the big gun, out the ball peen hammer. No fooling around with this. Yes, I needed the heavy-duty hammer to get all that stuff off, and I'm going to fast-forward some of this. So you can do it 2 different ways. You can have a professional, someone come in and drill some holes into the cement and put some wood, facing wood, a fascia wood block, and you can build it all nicely. But this behind the bushes, you don't really see it, so it'll be a decent install, down and dirty, really easy way to get it done, and done inexpensively. All right, let's continue. Okay, so that is all out pretty much. Just give it a little, get all the loose ones off. You don't have to go crazy because the new one's going to stick on pretty well. So it's really important to just get that whole whale well cleaned out, get all the old stuff out of there so you don't build up any more mold and mildew as much as you can. When you look out the inside and the outside, you want to look at it as nice as possible. That's just one tip I have. Clean it out the whale well. We'll start with a fairly clean wheel base, as you can see here. So we cleaned out all the junk. You can see there. And I'll show you the new one. So here's the new one. Okay, it's the window well cover. That's what they're calling it. Let's take off the paper. And the gauge on this is much thicker, much more heavy duty. And it's going to sit here just like the other one did, just like you see here. We're going to basically glue it on just like the old one. Alright, so I'm going to put a heavy beating caulk all around this here. All around here, I'm going to put a heavy beating caulk right around here. And we're going to glue the sucker right on. That's all you got to do. It's pretty easy. So you get a caulk down, and you want to make the hole pretty big, because you're going to use a lot of caulk out of this. Really build a huge bead on the back end of this whale well cover. So hopefully you can see. See how we're doing that? Just take your time and just put on the bead of caulking, and just, I made it pretty thick because I'm going to actually put it right against the old caulking, and it'll stick just fine. It'll be no problem whatsoever. Just put a heavy bead and just keep working it back and forth. Take your time and make that hole big enough so it comes out. It's really important. If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as always. I do appreciate it, and let's continue. And yes, it's all about the putting on as much caulking as you can, and we're going to put it again the back of the facade of the building. Doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to stick. Kind of follow the same lines and just stick it right on. This one is not as square as the other one was, so we're going to put some of the dirt in. Just going to take some of this extra caulk off. I'm just going to push on the edges. And have to go back and possibly fill in the gaps if you have to, because I'm not going to stay in here for 24 hours and hold this. So it is what it is. And that's pretty much it. So we'll let that set. Any gaps at the edge, we're going to fill it with some caulking. And that's all you have to do. Nothing crazy. Basically get the wheel well covered. So when it rains, no water gets in there as much as possible. No critters, hopefully. And we're going to fill a lot of this in with the mulch. And that's about it. That's about it, my friends. Okay, so as you can see, it's all going to sit in there pretty well. It's going to dry. Take about 24 hours, and then we'll go back and fill it in again. Make sure it's all tight. So that's it. All right. So a lot of people they'll build like a bridge on here, like a brick, like a piece of wood, and then you can nail it in. But this is the quick, down and dirty way of doing it. Okay guys, just want to fill you in what I had to do here. So since it wasn't sitting correctly as you saw before, I took a piece of wood here and anchored it to the back and put some pressure over here, some piece of wood. You can do that on the other side. I didn't have two pieces of wood exactly like this, but I have a ladder that I use to lay down and put pressure on the back ends. So back ends are pressured in, it'll seal, let that sit overnight. The rest of this is going to sit flush, it'll be fine, and it actually it'll make a nice seal so no water gets inside. And that's really what you're trying to do here, is make it a water seal tight for the front so the water doesn't get inside. As this wheel well in here is all rotted out inside, and I just want to stop that from happening, the water getting in there, and this does do that. Okay guys, just want to fill you in.
And if you are enjoying my content, please consider that super thanks, that heart rate below there, that helps support my channel. All the money I do raise with that does go back into the channel, and we do more projects and to help you and to teach you basically how to do how-to things at home. So I do everything from soup to nuts, as you know. We do all types of reviews on this channel. I have a bunch of videos popping up here at the end. You can see all these videos popping up. Take a look at those videos, see what you like. I have over 650 videos on my channel to help teach you what to do. I appreciate your time as always, and I'll see you at the next one.